labor and chains. Painting the world with the freedom we claim. Innovation in our veins, building a future that we all sustain. We've got the drive, we got the spark. From the ground up, we'll light the dark. No turning back, this is our time. With liberty we climb. Rock, fire, strong rhythm and guitars. Free minds, free markets, we're making a way. Empowered to lead, we're starting today. Innovation and vision, we're setting it free. The power of markets, that's where we'll be. Free minds, free markets, we're lifting the light. Building the future, we're ready to fight. Opportunity, liberty, this is our song. In the free market, we all belong. Step by step, brick by brick, dreamers and doers, we're making it stick. We're champions of choice, the voices of change. Together we'll build, together we'll rearrange. No limits here, it's all in sight. We rise with freedom, ignite the light. For every dream, for every plan. In the free market, we make our stand. Free minds, free markets, we're making a way. Empowered to lead, we're starting today. Innovation and vision, we're setting it free. The power of markets, that's where we'll be. Free minds, free markets, we're lifting the light. Building the future, we're ready to fight. Opportunity, liberty, this is our song. In the free market, we all belong. Free minds, free markets, we're making through the noise. For every girl, for every boy, freedom is our choice. We'll build it high, we'll build it strong. With every market we'll belong. This is our time, our voice is loud. Let's make it count and make it proud. Free minds, free markets, we're making a way. Empowered to lead, we're starting today. Innovation, ambition, we're setting it free. The power of markets, that's where we'll be. Free minds, free markets, we're lifting the light. Building the future, we're ready to fight. Opportunity, liberty, this is our song. In the free market, we all belong. We all belong. We're setting it free, we're lifting the light.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Give me 1 minute to turn on my camera so we can all see our faces. And I would also encourage every one of us on the meeting to as well turn on our cameras. Let's see our beautiful faces and get to meet everyone that we're going to be spending the next couple of weekends rather, with having intense conversations and thought-provoking conversations. In a bit, please, I'll be turning on my camera now. My video. All right. Good afternoon once again, and I want to welcome you all to the Free Market Fellowship. This is the third cohort for this year, the Free Market third cohort for this year, and I want to welcome all of us once again. I would first off on our agenda today is the introduction. My name is Ahmed Sani. I am the Fellowship Director for the Free Markets Fellowship. And I have on the call with me my bosses. That's Mr. Leonardo Goide and Mr. Moki Musila. So the Free Market Fellowship is a program organized by Face of Liberty International, and it's the program designed to equip you with the knowledge, skills, and network to become an advocate for economic freedom and free market principles. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be engaging with you guys are going to be engaging with expert mentors and participate in hands-on session and also connect with like-minded individuals, many of who are still yet to join us on this call, to effect positive changes in your community. And we brought this together. We're partnering on this cohort of the fellowship. We're partnering with our brothers from Liberty Spark Kenya, and I would allow him the honors to do the first introduction for us today. So we are not so much on the call yet, and as people continue to join us, we're going to allow them to introduce themselves on the chat. But for those of us that have joined already, I'd encourage us to turn on our camera whilst we start to introduce ourselves. So, Mr. Musila Moki, I would want you to introduce yourself firstly, and also say a few things about Liberty Sparks Kenya as well, before every other person continues to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sunny. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, my name is Mwoki Musila. I'm a Kenyan. Professionally, I'm an economist, specializing in international trade. I'm also a writer, an editor, programs manager, and yeah, like Sunny said, I am the founder and programs manager at Liberty Sparks, which is a free markets research, education, and advocacy think tank based in Kenya with operations in Uganda and Tanzania, where we began around 2017. And so, as part of our education and advocacy agenda, occasionally we are involved a lot in training, particularly the young people in our universities and young professionals and graduates on free markets ideas. We focus a lot on, introducing them to research processes, to policy making dynamics and processes. We and a lot of that involves partnerships. A lot of that involves working with like-minded individuals across the globe, and mostly across Africa. And yeah, so I am excited. I am excited to welcome you all. I can see Bernice on the call. She's been part of our programs in the past. And I want to believe that when by the virtue of seeing her coming back, yeah, she's made some gains over the course of the last 1 year or even 2 years or so. So welcome everyone to this fellowship. Fellowship is it's usually a learning process. It's usually a process of learning and relearning and trying to forget some things that we have accumulated or been taught in the course of time. It is a process of networking. It is a process of meeting new people. It is a process of looking at things from a new and renewed perspective. So welcome so much. And like Sunny said, we expect that you're going to be having a lot of experts supporting your journey over the course of time. And we expect that you will be dedicated. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the dedication, your time, and how much attention you're going to choose to give this program. That's the only way that you can make any substantial gains. That's the only way that this fellowship can be of benefit to you. And yeah, so it's a good time for you guys to be getting some of these opportunities. Some of us were getting some of these opportunities way late, years after we left universities for undergrad studies and so on. So I hope that you take this opportunity, you take it as a challenge, you take it as an opportunity to better yourself, particularly professionally, and to try to gain a new perspective and understanding of issues, especially around business and economics, perspectives that we hardly rather see in our institutions of higher learning across Africa. I'm saying that because I'm an economist, and I didn't see much of the free markets training and ideas in my undergrad studies. And these are things that I have had to teach myself. So I hope that you bring all the positivity, you bring all the energy that you need into the program, and we keep on growing together. We keep on learning from each other, and we keep on improving uh, each one of us together. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Sunny.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful welcome speech. I think that is motivating enough. If if they were not already motivated, that is motivating enough. So I'll have everyone come back to quickly do an introduction, just your name, where you're from. We know everybody's from Kenya, obviously. Aside myself, Mr. Leon and Esther, everyone is from Kenya. So your name, where you're from, and what you hope to get out of this fellowship when you applied. And would have Mr. Leon do his own introduction when he's giving the welcome address. So I'll start with, I think I already introduced myself. I'll ask Esther, please go on to introduce yourself before we go on to have others introduce themselves. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Have a good day. My name is Esther Olwani, and I am the community manager for the Free Market Fellowship phase of Liberty International. It's glad to have you all here. You're welcome. And, I hope that this journey is going to be very smooth and beautiful for all of us.
Sorry,
Mr.
I think thank you very much, Esther, for that introduction. Cosmos Karani, please can you go on to introduce yourself? Tell us your name, where you're from, like what county or state you're from, if you're from Nairobi or from Mombasa. I think that's the two most popular ones. I've not been to Kenya before. So Cosmos, go on to introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you hope to get out of this fellowship. Please, the mic is yours now, Cosmos.
Uh, Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so grateful to be part of this team. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm Cosmas Karani. I'm a scholar at Kenyatta University, and I'm pursuing a degree in economics and finance. I really believe that this is going to be an invaluable add-on to my degree that I'm doing, and it's going to be an eye opener and giving me new perspective of things. In this cohort, I look forward to learn and relearn what I've known up to now. Yeah, and I look forward to networking with everyone here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Cosmos. Joy Chip Chumba. Okay, I hope I didn't murder that, but Joy, please go on and introduce yourself, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joy Chumba. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. Yeah, I'm a recent graduate from the University of Nairobi. I did Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Psychology. And from this fellowship, I aim to learn how free market principles can be applied to real-world challenges. Gain practical skills in policy analysis and advocacy, and probably connect with mentors who share a passion for economic and social transformation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Joy. Bernice, please go on to introduce yourself, please. I think we have two Joys on the call. Bernice, please go on to introduce yourself. Okay, let's not waste time. I will move on to Joy Bahati. Please, if you're on the call and you hear your name, please go on to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Joy Bahati from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a law student at Strathmore University. My main aim from this program is to understand the principles of free market economics and also see how this can be integrated with the law and how I can use them towards building a fulfilling career. As well, I'd really enjoy the opportunity to network and to build confidence while having interactions with you guys and sharing ideas. Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Joy. Bernice, I think you can go on to introduce yourself now. You're muted earlier on. Joy was already speaking. Please go on.
Okay, sorry. Good afternoon. My name is Bani Kimani. I'm from Kenya, and I'm excited to be part of this program. What I hope to gain is to gain a deeper understanding of economics, especially because my background is in law. So I hope to gain a deeper understanding of economic concepts and how they can be applied to advance sustainable economic development. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Bernice. We're going to end the introduction with Juliana. Any other person that joins after Juliana would have to introduce themselves in the chat because we don't want to waste our time here. We want to go as fast as possible so we can end the orientation program early. So I would call Paul, please go on to introduce yourself.
Excuse me.
Paul.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. My name is Paul Nka from Kenya. Also finished my school in that is at Muslim University, having pursued economics and statistics with IT, and I'm looking forward into understanding the principles of and much about the free market. And I'm glad to join this fellowship. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. Dominic Wanjiku, please go on to introduce yourself. All right. Dominic is okay, great. She's like,
Hello, good afternoon. I hope you
all right,
can
good
hear
afternoon.
me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
My name is Dominic Wanjiko. I'm a graduate of Business Innovation and Technology Management. My main aim is to understand how free market can foster innovation and also how they can foster sustainable businesses. Thank you. I look forward to interacting with you and networking with you people. Thank you.
All right. We look forward to that as well, Dominic. And lastly, I think Juliana Akinyi. Please, Juliana, go on to introduce yourself.
Good. Hello, everyone. I'm Juliana Kinney, and I graduated with economics last year at the University of Nairobi. My main aim to join this program is for me to have a deeper understanding of free markets and use this as a stepping stone to start a career in free markets, get an internship, or even a program where I can practice this, majorly in an international track in the AFCFT. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Juliana. And one thing that I think that is very prominent on the call here today is a lot of people that have studied economics. And I heard that we have one person that has studied law. It's going to provoke a lot of very interesting conversation. And I look forward to hearing all of your our opinions and hearing some of the things we have learned that we would later find out to maybe find out contrasting opinions on those things and our final opinion on those things when we come to the end of this program. All right, thank you very much. And we are 7 on the call. That is, the fellows on the call are 7, and we have about 18 people on the group. So if you know a friend that is supposed to be here, please reach out to them via personal message and ask them to be on the call. It's very important that we join every aspect of this call so that we are fully aligned. So without further ado, I'll call on Mr. Leon, the CEO of Face of Liberty, to give us a welcome address and also introduce himself as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Leon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not the CEO, the Chief Errand Officer. Ahmed and Esther always send me everywhere. I'm the Chief Errand Officer. First, I want to thank every one of you for being here and for applying. And when your acceptance came through, you were able to pick up and really joined in. I also really want to thank my brother from another mother, I've known Musila since 2019 or 2018 or thereabout. And since then, we've been very good friends. We met in Tanzania last year. And the party will chop remain in Tanzania last year, Musila. We must finish it. We must finish it in Kenya by July. All right. So it's great meeting you all. And when we started Face of Liberty in 2020, we had very high hopes. And the hopes that we have are still very much valid up to today. But so for the truth of the matter is we've had to pivot at some point because what we have in mind doesn't work with the African setting. When we started, we set out to do events, to do workshops, big gatherings, and the likes. But we noticed something very profound. A lot of people come for our conferences, they come for our seminars, and before you know it, they disappear. We give them books because a lot of our sponsors tends to give us books. And we give books to them. Some of them will not read the books. The next thing you will see is the books taking dust on their wardrobe. And we come together like, what can we do to make our message resonate better? That led us to a research that we did sometimes early last year. And what we did was look all around Africa, and especially my country, Nigeria, where I live in. We look how many people can actually teach the free market principle the way it should be taught, or it should be taught, whichever one is the English. Like you guys, English is not my first language. Then we noticed that in the whole of Nigeria, that has over 218 million people as recorded, we don't have more than 20 people who could teach the engine to prosperity very well for able to understand. That is where we noticed there was a problem. Then we try as much as possible to take it up a notch to Africa level of 1.4 billion people as recorded. Then we notice the total people that can teach this that we notice is not up to 8,000. Then we know fully well there is a problem. A lot of organizations have been trying as much as possible to do trainings, to do fellowship, to do all the things, but none of them is fully focusing on the engine of prosperity that made the West, the UK, the US, the Venezuela, the Switzerland, and the likes, that makes them better. None of these are focusing on them in particular. They go other things, and some focus on policy, which is a very important thing. Some focuses on the governance, which is very important topic. But what about the free market principle itself? The free market economy, the free market system, and the likes. Then we went back to the drawing table and we came up with the name, the Free Market Fellowship, squarely focusing on the free market, the policy side of things, and the business side of things. And at some point, we added a bit of financial literacy into it. Because the truth of the matter is, for you to get to prosperity, you need to be financially literate. So, throughout the 6 weeks of the training that you're going to have, we are going to be dealing in those three things: policy, the business side of things, mostly on policy. And I hear someone mention AFCFTA. Mostly on policy, we are going to be dissecting the AFCFTA to a larger extent. Esther will be sharing that document with, for those that does not have it, it will be sharing it on the group for you today. And Ahmed will also be sharing some other documents with you, which will serve as part of your onboarding resource and toolkit. And so let me give what we've been able to do in the course of 1 year. The first cohort of the fellowship was on May 24 and 25, 2024. We had 6 people, 4 physical and 2 virtual. Out of the 6, 2 dropped off, which is the churn rate. is expected. 4 finished. The second cohort was October 2024. We had 10, 2 dropped off. We're able to finish with 8. The third cohort was January this year. We had 38. And out of the 38, we have 18 of them finished. Because it's not just you coming into the fellowship. It's about you finishing all the assignments, all the tests, all the milestones, and submitting your capstone project. I love the fact that a lot of people here are not undergraduate, they just finished school. You need to get a number of GP, grade point. Yeah, that's, I think I don't know what they call it in Kenya, for you to be able to graduate. And you must do your final project. That is the same metrics we're using. You must at least get 75% attendance. All your tests, all your assignments must be submitted, and you must finish your capstone project. When you do those 3, then you are fit for graduation. And our certifications are not the kind of certifications that we just print and give you. No. Our certificates are the kind of certificates that you can add into your CV because they are verifiable. At any point in time that you want to put it in your CV and you want to use it to get jobs or something, like somebody saying, I would love to learn to get intern. We are going to give you the details needed mentally. But like, I think someone said, study statistics. In statistics, you have to show your workings. For you to show your workings, we're giving you a certificate that is verifiable to show that it's not like someone just printed a certificate and gave it to you. No, we'll try as much as possible to do that. And so in the last 2 years, in the last 1 year, we've been able to train 58 fellows in Africa. And we are currently in 19 different countries. We have participants from 19 different countries. And out of these 58 that we've trained, we've had over 20 capstone projects, powerful ones, that is trying as much as possible to identify the pain points of the people in their community and looking for solutions for them. We've had some people, out of the capstone project, we've had some people write public policies, policy papers, research papers. Some are projects. And the last graduation we did on May 31st this year, we acknowledged 3 of them that actually did very, very wonderfully well. And those 3, it's just that only one of them is project. The other ones are research papers. And the one project amongst them will be sponsored to get their project done. They are currently in the process of refining it so that it will be a presentable project idea. And we, First of Liberty, with our sponsor or our donor, as it were, Atlas Network leading them, will be sponsoring that project. And I would so much love that even by the time we will be in Kenya, July ending, God willing, and you should have been very close to getting done with your capstone project as well, anyone that is going to be doing project-based, we would so much love to see how we could fit in your project during the time we're in in Kenya, and we could work on your project together. I know my brother Musila is always ready to get things done. And oh, I forgot this. Last year, during our Lagos Business and Policy Summit, Musila was nominated as the Face of Liberty for 2024. Out of all the nominations, guess what? Musila won. So Musila is not just, and it's just not my brother, is a part of the free market organization as individual, and is part of the Face of Liberty, and is basically the Face of Liberty in Kenya that we know doing a whole lot of things out there. So let me tell you a bit of what the fellowship is really all about. It's about 3 things: idea, impact, and implementation. Our job is to make sure that you get the idea, impact you, and make sure you go outside there to impact other by implementing the ideas that you've gotten. You will be learning the foundation of the free market, liberty, entrepreneurship, policy, and development. I know a bunch of us have learned a bunch of things in school, but I will say, like they always tell us when we go for conferences or new fellowship or anything, they will tell you, forget about everything you know for the duration of this project and bring them back when you're done and see, just suppose which one of them is logically correct and which one of them you need to throw away. So I would advise you to do the same. Come with a clean mind, come with a clean soul, come with a clean brain, as it were, for you to learn, relearn, and unlearn. But apart from you just learning, you will have to do it. Like I said, capstone project at the end of the fellowship is a must for us. If you don't do it, you cannot graduate. You have to design a capstone project that reflects your passion, that reflects your context, and that reflects your community. And for us, it's not about the person that has the most, that has the biggest in English. It is not about the most intellectual. This is real work, real world work. It has to show what is happening in your community or the community of the sphere that you want to impact and say, tell us what happens there. We will try as much as possible to mentor you. We will challenge you. We have a bunch of mentors already waiting in the pipeline for you to get things done. Don't be a stranger. If something is not clear to you, please reach out immediately. There, like I used to tell every cohort that comes around, there is no wrong answer and there is no right answer in the Free Market Fellowship. There is no bad question. There is no dumb one. No. If something is not clear to you, ask. Even if you see something, they wrote it 2, and you are not clear that that thing is 2, ask God and say, is this thing 2? Why is it 2? The dumber the question, the better. Because that means you don't know. And trust me, a bunch of people might not know as well. So, and they will be timid or fearful of raising their hand and ask. Please don't beat them. Raise your hand. Type the question. That's why we have the WhatsApp group for you guys. If something is not clear to you, drop it on the WhatsApp group and we'll take it up from there. So also, we are going to be reviewing, I think, 3 to 4 books. And those books are the foundation of the free society. One of them is actually called The Foundation of a Free Society by Edmund Butler. We are going to be reviewing Trade and Globalization by Edmund Butler. We are also going to be reviewing Morality of Capitalism by Tom G. Palmer. And if there is time for us, yeah, we might be reviewing An Introduction to Capitalism. For that, it is not going to be on you. For the Introduction to Capitalism, I will do that myself. So all you need to do is read it. But for the remaining 3 books, you will have to do the review with Ahmed. And trust me, Ahmed can be very thorough when it comes to review. Ahmed and Esther, they can be very thorough. One thing I'm certain is this: you are in for a sweet ride. And I love the fact that we have a lot of people in economics and law. Man, I can say this is the best cohort I've ever seen that we've done, because it's like Musila reached out to a set of people in the economics department to come and apply for this, which is great, because ideas will flow and everything will be in sync. So one thing I'm certain is this, and I need you to be certain of it as well. You are here because we believe in your potential. You applied. A lot of application came in. But because we believe in your potential, you're here. It's not as if you are perfect. It's not as if your application is the best of the best. No. Take that out of the mind. But because you have potential and you have what it takes to lead Africa. We've seen what is possible in just 1 year. Let me give you an example of 3 of our fellows. One of them is currently running what we call the campus care. After he finished the fellowship, he has metamorphosized and pivoted his organization to what It's now known as, what will I call it? Multinational organization. It may not be there in money, but is now there in visibility. We have another one who have started an initiative focusing on younger girls in secondary school. It's a literacy education initiative. Her name is Fadun Adishewa. Probably at some point you guys might invite them to the virtual classes so that you see them. And we have one who opens a company, a research company called Intellectual Nexus. These are real examples of what is obtainable. Real life scenarios. Another one on the graduation day told us that he just got a scholarship to Germany using what he learned from the free market fellowship. These are the kind of things that makes us happy. These are the main reasons why we set up this, and we are seeing a dividend in just 1 year. Over 10 success stories. I don't know what anybody can do that can give that kind of joy. But for me, I am happy, and the team is very happy about this. Train 58, 10 success story. That's the ones we know. Others might have not shared their own with us. And I'm certain yours is not going to be different. So, Lenin, please ask questions. I know you are all in Nairobi. Make friends. And if you see that something you did is, I wrote this and it's wrong, this is, own up with grace and good humor. Because one thing is certain, liberty isn't just a policy idea. It is a way of living boldly, a way of living freely, and a way of living responsibly. We're not just trying to teach you liberty. Trust me, you know about it. You've heard about it. The only thing we are trying to do in the Free Market Fellowship is to allow you to embody what it means, what liberty and freedom means. So thank you for saying yes. It's time to get to work. Africa is ready we need to make Africa proud because Africa is waiting for us. We are not leaders of tomorrow, as they always say. No, we are leaders of today. And before I go, I'm going to tell you that this cohort will be having a physical meetup at the end of July, from exactly July 26/27. July 26/27 in Nairobi. And let me show you what the place that we are going to be using for the meetup will look like. So we have a standard at the Free Market Fellowship, and our standard is not negotiable. So for the Kenya cohort, we are going to be meeting first at a place what I'm going to discuss with you later, to have a full day 9 to 3:34 of discussion. Then we will return back to the venue that you are seeing on your screen right now to have a very great evening and our graduation ceremony. For those that will want to sleep over, you will have the opportunity to sleep over. It's a 6-bedroom apartment that comes with a swimming pool, a very good view, and also we're going to be asking you to do a little bit of video for us to bring in the next generation of the Free Market Fellowship. So, like I said, you are in for a very good and sweet ride, and I can't wait to learn from all the things that you are going to come up with your capstone project, and to meet you all in Nairobi in July. Thank you, Ahmed. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Leon. I was afraid you're not going to stop talking. Anyways, you have stolen all of my thunder, all of the things I hoped to announce to the team. Yeah, I've announced it, but it's all right. I'll just do a repetition of some of the things that you already said. All right. Please, if you would allow me share my screen, Mr. Leon, please. Meshra, please, could you make me an host or co-host so that I can share my screen? Host or co-host. All right, great. 1 minute, please. All right, next on the agenda is to look at the program overview of all of the things that we're going to be learning in the next couple of weeks. And okay, so Mr. Leon was the one that sent emails to each and every one of you. So I'm not so sure if he sent the cohorts. Wait. All right, great. I'm not so sure if he sent this handbook to you guys, but we're going to be going over it. I think I already read this out earlier on. So, about the objective of the fellowship, I think you should take that down and also make personal goals as well of what you hope to learn, gain at the end of this fellowship. So you can do a comparative analysis at the end to be sure to see that, okay, have I achieved my goal at the end of this fellowship? Was it well worth it at the end of the fellowship? So, at the end of the fellowship, the objective of the fellowship rather is to help deepen your understanding of the free market principle, to help you enhance your advocacy skill, and to foster networking and collaboration amongst us and yourself, and also your fellow participant on the fellowship. I think in the last cohort we had someone from Nigeria, someone from Malawi, and someone from is it Zimbabwe? I can't remember his country. Someone from Malawi, someone from Nairobi, Nigeria, work on a project together. I think that was the proposal that Mr. Leon was talking about. So all of you guys are in Kenya, so it would be way more easier to collaborate. And also, if you're able to come up with any ideas or advocacy ideas that would end up being funded, it would be easier for you guys to implement it together in your country. So we are also ultimately all of the things that we're doing here at the Free Market Fellowship is ultimately to breed more change agents, more people to advocate for the free market. So we are very hopeful that at the end of this fellowship, you guys are going to become change agents, free market fellows, free market advocates, and you will be preaching the good news of free market and how it can change our lives in Africa. So we have like every program, there are rules and regulations, like every society rather, or every gathering, there's a rules and regulations to participation. And it's very important that we pay attention to these rules and regulations to enable us graduate from the program. We say graduate, and it might seem like a big deal, but it might not seem like a big deal to you, but it is a big deal. It means that you've been able to fully participate. You've been able to an extent fully participate rather to an extent, submit your project work, and I would say that at the end of it all, you have a very good understanding of all of the things that has been taught at the end of the project, at the end of the fellowship, rather. We do not just issue certification to everybody, any and everyone. Like Mr. Leon has said earlier, in the last cohort, we had about 30 something people, and to graduate, we had only 18 people, or 17 rather. That's less than half of the people that joined the cohort, but it was that was the number of people that were able to complete all of the check marks, all of that, we're able to check all of the boxes that we required for graduation. So the rules and regulations for that we are expected to follow is firstly active participation, and I like the fact that we have started in a very good note because where everybody was able to they were able to introduce themselves. We got to meet everyone, and I believe this is a stepping stone to having very insightful conversation and hearing from each other, understanding understanding from different perspectives and our contribution generally in all of our meetings. So we expect active participation. And of course, I think attendance is supposed to come first because you have to attend before you can participate. And we expect at least 75% attendance. And the reason we have left room 25 room for non-attendance is because we understand that in some cases you might have issues with your network. In some cases, you might not be feeling too well, or you might just have other pressing matters that you need to attend to, very importantly. So we give room for this allowance for these issues, and hope that at the end of all of the things that you have to do, you can go back on our YouTube channel and watch the videos of the classes that we had in the previous week. So active participation also includes submitting of assignments, participating in a book review, and submission of assignment, participating in a book review, and submitting your capstone project. Also, and contributing during our classes. And like Mr. Leon has earlier mentioned, the classes are divided into two. We have classes every weekend. Not sure if it's going to be every week because we have another ongoing fellowship now. So I think that timing is going to be communicated to you guys after this meeting, obviously. So we have classes twice in a week, one day for book reviews. The book review is entirely done by you guys. We don't interfere. You read the book and tell us what you understand from the books that you have read. Mr. Leon already mentioned some of the books that we are going to be reviewing, and Esther already shared them on the group as well. So get familiar with the books. Esther is also going to communicate which of the books we're going to be reading first. She's going to split us into groups to break down the parts of the book that we're going to be reviewing. And also, in as much as you're not going to be reviewing a book in a particular on a particular day, it's expected that you still read the book. You either come with a question from the book that you have read, maybe a question of something you do not understand, or you come with a contribution. But it's expected that you read the book so that we all know that everyone is following and not just there to listen and just there to listen or turn on your join the meeting and leave the meeting. Just join and leave the meeting and not listening on the meeting. We want to ensure that everybody is participating in the meeting and not just joining the meeting. So the third thing is that we respect everyone. So and not just barge into anybody's DM. It's okay to connect. We want everybody to connect. We want everybody to collaborate at some point, and we want everybody to connect and collaborate basically. So we expect that you guys would interact with each other, but we want it to be done in a very respectful manner. You don't just go into anybody's DM and decide to have a conversation with them. You take permission from them, and maybe if you already have an existing conversation that you see the need to continue on the group and that you see the need to continue in your personal chat, that's when you can take conversations to personal chats. And also with the permission of the person you're communicating with, obviously. And the way we address ourselves to, we would obviously not want anybody to use abusive words, anybody to come and speak to anyone in any form of derogatory manner or demeaning manner. So, or use any abusive words towards anybody. And last but not the least, I'm sure we all must have heard of African timing, where if I say come by 4 o'clock, we have people coming by 4:30, 4:15. We had something of the sort today. I was really surprised that myself, Mr. Leon, Mr. Musila, and Esther joined the meeting prior before we had anybody join the meeting. And it wasn't until about 5-10 minutes before we had others join the meeting. We don't want this to be the case. We want it to be waiting in advance in the waiting room before we start the meeting, so that we can have a seamless, because we try as much as possible to stick to timing, so we can have a seamless session and stick to the timing as discussed always. Obviously, we are allowed to go over time sometimes when the conversations are very interesting, but we would expect that you would stick to the timing so that we can also start on time and end the sessions on time. So I think that's pretty much it. And whatever any other rules and regulations is going to be communicated on the group with Esther. So, and like Mr. Leon has rightly mentioned, initially when we started the free market fellowship, we had it as a physical session, then a virtual session. But we have come to notice that a lot of people do not participate in the physical session, then go AWOL in the after online session. So we've converted it into semi-virtual and virtual sessions in a way, to a hybrid session, so to speak. So we have virtual sessions first. Those that are able to finish up on the virtual session would come for the physical session, a 2-day physical or 1-day physical session, and that would also serve as their graduation from the program as well, and we would also present them certificate on that day as well. So, like in your case as well, we are going to be having a 6-week long program, and after that, we're going to everybody's going to be have a capstone project to submit. Once you submit your capstone project, there's going to be a meetup in July. I think Mr. Leon is going to be in Kenya. Unfortunately, you'll not be seeing me in Kenya this year, but hopefully we get to meet some other time when I am in Kenya. And you will also be seeing Mr. Musila in Kenya as well. So Mr. Leon and Mr. Musila and some of our other team members from other countries as well. So let's go a bit into the program overview on some of the topics we're going to be tackling. So yeah, we have the orientation week. Sorry, this is not an updated document, so please don't pay attention to the dates, just the topics. So we're going to be having the orientation week, which we are currently having today. Then we are going to have the first week, we're going to have introduction to the free market economics and principles. Then we'll also have a book review on the second day. Then we're also going to look at entrepreneurship, innovation and economic growth. And we're also going to look at policy advocacy and market-based solution. And I think that's on the third week rather. That's on the third week rather. On the fourth week, we're going to examine the AFCFTA agreements and how it can be beneficial to transform African economy. And on the last week, we're going to look at media communications and advocacy. And I would also be sharing a breakdown of objective and learning outcomes that are expected of you guys at the end of all of this, at the end of this fellowship, or at the end of each session. I'll be sending a learning objective, what we hope to achieve, what the objective for speaking on this topic, and the learning outcome we expect you to have learned at the end of the topic. This would inform the kind of questions or what you read on, and the kind of conversations that we're going to have on the sessions that we're going to be having going forward. And of course, on the last week, that is the week 6, we're going to be having your projects, obviously, and graduation. That's the blah blah blah. So you would have myself and Esther on this call to communicate with, and I'm not sure if there would be any other member from the Liberty Spark team that would also be working with us. But if there is, I would be myself and Esther are going to, or Esther will be sharing the personal details on the group that you can reach out to for any questions or concern. But so far, this is the numbers that are available to reach. This is my email, this is my number, and this is my position. You can always reach out to me directly, reach out to Esther directly, because Esther is the front line actually, because she will be the one communicating every information to you guys. She's going to be like in constant communication with you guys, and you can always reach out to her if you have any questions, concerns, or anything. And if there will be any other additional person from the Liberty Sparks team, I'll be adding their details here as well. I'll also be sharing this document with you at the end of the. I'll be sharing this document with you at the end of this meeting, and I'll also be sharing the learning a course outline and learning objectives learning outcomes rather, that we hope to achieve at the end of the fellowship or at the end of each courses. So I think that's that about that. The program overview and expectations that you should have as a fellow. So the whatever resources, that is the books that you're going to be reading, which I believe has already been shared. This handbook, and also I'm not sure if Mr. Leon already shared as well, but there's going to be like a pre-fellowship survey form. So we're going to have 2 survey forms, that is the pre-fellowship and post-fellowship survey form. You are expected to fill the pre-fellowship survey form, and also it's more like an assessment to see what has been attained at the end of the session. Maybe what you hope to achieve before the fellowship, and what has been achieved at the end of the fellowship. And we're going to have that shared with you as well. And lastly, this is just a personal advice from me. Naturally, we would have brought we usually bring 1 or 2 persons from our previous cohorts to come and have a conversation with you guys, tell you about their experience and what you can hope to expect, and also what you should be looking out for, what you should do, and what helped them get through the program. But unfortunately, I was unable to get anyone on short notice to be on the call, so I'll be giving you personal advice. I already mentioned this, and I'm going to say it again. If we're not able to track if we don't have a yardstick to measure what our achievements, then it looks like we're not achieving anything. So set a goal for yourself at the beginning of this session. ensure to to participate. And I'm not saying this as the fellowship director, but I'm saying this on a personal level, on a personal ground. Ensure to be active, participate actively in all of our sessions. Ask questions, like Mr. Leon has mentioned, and see, like Mr. Moki has also mentioned, see that as an opportunity to unlearn some of the things that you probably already know, relearn some things, and unlearn, relearn, and I've forgotten the third one. If someone can help me. But see it as an opportunity to unlearn and relearn some new things. Like Mr. Moki mentioned earlier, he said he studies and I think he studied something around economics, but didn't for once hear about the free market principles and how it could be beneficial to Africans. Even though we have known the whole of Africa, I want to believe have known since 2018 that this is the way forward. We have started to sign and we have drafted an agreement since 2018, and a number of countries have already signed this agreement, and we are in the implementation stage. If this is already not being taught, then I don't know why it has not started. It is not already been integrated into our educational a curriculum. And if it's already been implemented, then I don't know why it is why they are they're not fast about the implementation. So we're going to have a very engaging conversation. I look forward to meeting all of you virtually and hopefully meeting you in person. If before we go back to before we go on to the next to question and answer and the closing remark from you guys, I would from Mr. Moki rather, the closing remark from Mr. Moki. I would want uh okay, let's dial it a step back. I was initially going to ask Mr. Moki and Mr. Leon to give us one or two things if they have one or two advice for us before we go to the Q&A session. But I realized that we're going to be having Mr. Moki is going to be giving us the closing remark rather. So he would be giving us any advice there. We can directly move on to the Q&A session. Mr. Leon has taken quite a number of our time in the introductory remarks. So let's move on to the Q&A session and let's close this out. Thank you very much, everyone. If you have any question, now is the time to ask, and we'll be very happy to answer your questions. All right, questions, everyone, questions. Joy Chepchumba, Paul Bernice Joy Bahati, Juliana Akinyi, Dominic Wanjiku, Cosmas Karani, and Ansar Sharif. I think Ansar Sharif is the only person that has not introduced himself. Sharif, please use the chat in meeting chat to introduce yourself so that everyone can get to meet you. And if we could, please, let's turn on our camera and let's see our beautiful faces. All right. I'll give it 5 minutes and the next 5 minutes. If we don't have any question, then Mr. Moki can give us a closing remark and we can call it a day for today.
Okay, it seems nobody have a question. Yeah. But before Mwoki pick up, I want to say something. Please, it is important that we don't share people's number. I've been in groups where you see someone is looking for, let's say someone is looking for Dominic's number. And I say like, oh, Dominic, I'm in a group with Dominic's and I can only share his number to you directly. Please don't do that. Please. It is very, very important. If you want to share Dominic's number, you want to share Juliana's number or any of the Joy's number, ask them. Someone is requesting for your number. Can I share? So that we can, for someone like me, not everybody I want to have my number. As long as my number is everywhere on the internet. But if you cannot go through the stress of getting my number on the internet, if you are asking someone else, I would expect someone like Musila to ask me, Leon, someone is asking for your number. Should I give it? Please let us respect the boundary of people and let us respect their privacy. It is very, very much important. And if you look and see that you have your soulmate on the group, you never can tell where you are going to meet your soulmate. Abimuaki. Please go ahead. We would love to do the free market fellow wedding. Abimuaki, unmute your mic. Maybe I will fly into Kenya. We will come and do the. We might even support. We are even support the wedding itself as it were. So, on a more serious note, please don't let us share numbers if we no request from the owner of the number before we share them out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Leon. Ansar Sharif, please go on to introduce yourself in the chat, please, so we can all get to meet you. Meshwa, please, I would expect that you take attendance of this meeting and share on the group so that we can know those that did not join and know those that are going to be moving forward with us. And with that being said, I would allow Mr. Moki to give us the final remark and we can bring this meeting to a close. Then, cheers, everyone.
Okay, thank you, guys. So, you see these groups, rather these organizations you're seeing, Liberty Sparks, Face of Liberty, and other many organizations. I'm sure now that you are part of this network, you are going to be exposed to. We have come a long way. Some of us who began, with the free markets movement and everything around it as far back as 10 years ago, around 2014. That's when I began, and we've come a long way. It is always a process of learning. I'm so happy now that we've been able to spread our tentacles across the continent, and now we have many organizations that have come up and they are reaching out to the smallest groups possible and teaching wherever and whatever we can. So this is part of that movement, and I'm happy that you're here. So number one, kindly take this opportunity, take this opportunity as a learning opportunity. One thing you're going to realize is that every time you think you are done with learning, every time you think you are done with primary school, you think you go to high school, you realize that you didn't even know much. You move on to the university, you didn't know that much, and then you're out of the university again. It's another journey. It's a journey of learning. But one thing you are sure is that when you keep learning, when you put your mind into it, the whole experience becomes better. It becomes bearable, and it even becomes easier for you to be accepted into platforms where people are learning. I mean, all of you actually are here before because you have gone through the pain of, from elementary school all the way to the university and colleges. That's why you've been accepted into this platform. The question is, where else will you be accepted because of this fellowship? So are you going to make it count? That's a question for you. Are you going to be to dedicate your time? I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, no, it's not a lot. It's not that a lot, I remember I was in another fellowship. Leon is only giving you 3 books. I remember we were doing 4 books. We would be doing about 4 books in a single week, and and you're working and you have a family and you all of that. So it could be that rigorous and comes to learning. So take the challenge, take up the challenge. I mean, you guys decided to apply. I don't think anyone was forced. The various things that have been pointed out about time. Number one, for those who have worked in the past with like Juliana and maybe Bernice, know that I never get late. I mean, you tell me it's 4 a.m., you tell me it's 4 p.m., I'll be there on time. So I don't understand why we would be late to some of these sessions. But I understand it's at the beginning, so it's essential that you adjust your scheduling and your programs that you'll be on time. Please consume knowledge as much as possible. I mean, I have so much experience as an economist, but I don't even think that I know 5% of what the economics knowledge is out there. So how much more learning can all of us do in our lifetime? So we have to keep on learning. We have to do whatever it takes, and we have to keep on improving ourselves. So take up this challenge as an opportunity and dedicate everything you have into the program. And yeah, let's see what you come up with at the end of the training. So yeah, I hope that we are going to be interacting with you guys soon in person, and I hope that from there, may good fortunes and good opportunities begin flowing to each and every one of you. So yeah, see you in the next, see you in the next.
I think you have muted your mic. We can't hear you anymore, Beth.
Oh yeah. See you next, where we are going to be interacting. I'm sure we are going to interact a lot. The team is big. Face of Liberty, big team. Liberty Sparks, big team. We've got friends. All of us. We've got a network. Make sure that you benefit from it. So that will be all for me for today.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Moki. That was very inspiring, and hopefully a lot of us take advantage of the advice that has been given here today. So there's just one more thing before we bring the meeting to a close. I would appreciate everyone. It's understandable you didn't want to show us your face at the beginning. But please let's turn on our cameras for just one quick shot. We like to take one quick shot. So please, let's turn on our cameras. Please, if you can, just turn on your cameras. Just turn on your cameras, please. Let's just turn it on so we can take one quick shot and we can be on our way. All right, thank you, Sherry. Please, you have not introduced yourself, Sherry. Please, so please do that in the chat. Esther, please make sure, please, on your camera. Joy, I'm waiting for you. Bernice, I'm waiting on you. Juliana, I'm waiting on you. Wow, see beautiful faces. I think my soulmate is on this call. Okay. All right, good. Beautiful faces. Bernice, please turn on your camera. Dominic Anjiku, turn on your camera. Cosmos Karani, turn on your camera. I think we're good, Mr. Leon. Let's go for the shot, please.
Yeah, please. The shot is currently being taken. We just want you to just wave. It's a video.
Wait,
It's a video I'm taking.
Everybody.
Yeah. So basically, just wave, and that's it.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it has been an amazing meeting all of you. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.